concrete, shadows start to brawl. Lights up on the main event, hear the digital call. Lights up on the algorithm, climbing to the sky. A legendary lineage, the view from the eye. Breaking down the barriers, the ceiling starts to crack. A heavy-hitting powerhouse, never looking back. The gold is in the Merricks, the glory's in the ring. A powerhouse performer, a champion and king. Kids, controversy. Jones, legendary, apex of the screen, yeah, the reign is temporary. Kids, controversy. Jones, apex, you. The one to beat the game, the one they had to choose. I'm writing out the script. I'm taking every hit. The legacy is built. The destiny is lit. The camera's on the climb, the ring is in the soul. A digital titan, taking total control from the playground to the podcast. The story's being told, a modern era icon, more precious than the gold. The #1 spot is occupied. Controversy is home. Let the broadcast begin.
Okay, whenever I make a video, the first thing I think about is what playlist will this video belong into? Because I do a lot of niches, and YouTube recommends that you don't do a lot of niches, or at least the experts that do YouTube say, don't do a lot of niches. You should do wrestling videos, you should do weather videos, you should do gig hustle videos, you should do life experience videos, you should do blogs, you should do lives. As you know, I do all of those. I do everything I just named. I do that because I am diverse, and it's been brought to my attention. A lot of this comes because my personality is just most of you see me as a person you can relate to, as someone who is the guy next door. I'm just somebody you could run into in the streets. I am a YouTuber, but I'm also a person that is everyday average. I'm not above the standard. I don't seem to the next level. I am just me. I'm Kent Jones. And the Kent Controversy Jones thing is actually a moniker that I was given because of my hot takes on professional wrestling. Like, Owen Hart was murdered by the WWE. Because I truly feel like Owen Hart was murdered by the WWE. He was scared of heights. He fell to his death because the WWE wanted ratings. At the time, they were known as the WWF, just for clarity. The WWF wanted ratings. And they won the Monday Night Wars because of Owen Hart's death, and they benefited tremendously because of those hot takes. Got me the nickname Kent Controversy Jones. So I never really wanted to be Kent Controversy Jones. Just my hot takes made me Kent Controversy Jones. I just want to clarify that. This video will go, I talked about what category this video should go in. I know without a shadow of doubt this video should go into mental health. My mental health has been pressured many times. For those of you who don't know, I've hallucinated. I've had a lot of mental health issues in the past, but all of that was over 7 years ago. I haven't had any mental health. I'm 100% stable because I take my medicine. I take Abilify, Raspadone, and lithium, and those are high psych medicines, and they work. They effectively work for me. That doesn't mean they'll work for you, but they work for me. So I'm just trying to get a lot out of one given thing, and I know people's attention span is short. That's why I'm talking fast. So here's the deal. I love each and every one of you. I love my God, the God I represent. I love Jehovah God, the only God there truly is, in my opinion. So here's the deal. This video belongs in one category. It's mental health. As I talked about, I've been through psychosis and been diagnosed with psychosis and bipolar disorder. That's just me being authentic and true to who I am. I don't suffer from either one of those problems because I take my medication and I don't deal with those problems. I want to tell you something. I am very successful, and that's not to brag or to just put myself out there and say, hey, look, I make a lot of money. But I do well. I do well for myself. I do junk removal, and this right here is my junk removal company. It says, Kent's Junk Removal. We remove pianos, mattresses, indoor furniture, outdoor furniture, etc. And I live in Eastern North Carolina, and I operate out of Eastern North Carolina. So if you're in Eastern North Carolina, you can call 910-650-3694, and we can remove practically anything you have. In fact, we can remove anything you have. I won't say practically. I will say we can remove anything you have. We can remove a piano. We can remove anything. If you have a car, a truck, we can remove anything you have. There's nothing you have that we can't remove and get rid of for you. So if you want us to remove something, 910-650-3694. The only thing it's going to be about is how much money you're willing to pay. That's just real. I'm not trying to be bragging, but it is what it is. If you pay enough money, you can get anything removed. And no matter what it is, and that doesn't mean I have high rates. In fact, my rates are incredibly low. They beat all the competition, and I'm very proud of that. But I do own kids' junk removal and relocation of furniture. I'm pretty successful, and I do that with mental health. I do that with a lot of other problems that I will talk about later on. I have a horrible, horrible disease that has plagued the world for years and years and years and years, and I will talk about that disease in future content. I do want to get to that level before I talk about that, but I have a horrible disease, and this is not mental health because I have that disease too. So I have a lot of problems, but I have beaten the odds time and time and time again because I have Jehovah God on my side. That's the only way I would be capable of beating those odds. There's no other way to do it. And that brings me to cleaning up my channel. I'm trying not to cuss. I don't know if I've cussed in this video, but I hope I haven't. I don't think I have. But I'm telling you folks, it's hard for me. It's really hard for me. You know, some of my videos are laced with profanity, and I apologize, and I'm sorry. I will try to do better. I want to do better. And I hope you guys see me for what I truly am. Just someone who's shooting from the hip, always coming at you. Look, my timers went off on my screen. I just hit the keyboard. Hopefully it'll come back on. My timers went off on my screen because I've been talking for so long. Anyways, that's me being authentic. I could edit that out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to be raw and wing. So let's talk about something else. This right here is a TNA Wrestling World Heavyweight title. In my opinion, the most coveted title in all of professional wrestling. Again, that's a hot take because a lot of you will see the World Wrestling Entertainment titles. I say that with a S because WWE has multiple titles. It makes no sense why you would have multiple World Heavyweight Champions. You can only have one World Champion. There's only one world, right? But anyways, there's only one world, but in TNA Wrestling, there's only one World Heavyweight Champion. This is the most coveted title in professional wrestling. That's only my opinion. But this is the most coveted title in the opinion. But here's the true fact. I want to take this channel and be more wholesome and Christian. And wrestling is not a Christian thing. It's not a wholesome thing. It's something I had in my past, and it's been a big part of this channel growth. But it's something I will be getting rid of as far as wrestling content. I will still always reference to wrestling because wrestling is in my blood. It's what I love. But it's something I have to move past because wrestling is violent, it's immoral, and it's not something that represents my current position on life. That's just me speaking from the hip and telling you how it is. Let me talk about the meat and potatoes. There you go, meat and potatoes. For those of you who get that, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. Meat and potatoes. I'll explain. The wrestling personality I got into an argument with was about producing the most meat and potatoes should be given away on free television. I said, no. Meat and potatoes should only be given away on pay-per-view. That way you buy the product. Because I believe in what's best for the business. But I no longer care what's best for wrestling. I care what's best for Jehovah God and getting his message out that he is the only thing that can truly save you. And that you should keep your head up, and with him you can do anything. And I truly believe that. You need Jehovah God. I promise you need him, even if you think you don't. Even if you don't know his name, I'm here to tell you his name. God's name is Jehovah, and you do need him. You might not believe it right now, and you might have been through the trenches of the war of life, but I'm telling you, I have too, brother. I have too, and I'm telling you need him because it's hard to accept sometimes when your life is good. Well, for me personally, I went through the trenches. I had a house, I had a mortgage, I had a car payment, I had all of that. And I lost it all just like that because of mental health. And God has his ability, and he can take everything he has from you. I'm not saying God doesn't take stuff away from you. Let me clarify on that. Only Satan takes stuff away from you. But you can lose everything just like that. And all those material things, they don't matter. And all the success in the world doesn't matter because if you don't have a relationship, you're never going to have eternal life. And that is what you should no, I'm not going to tell you what you should do. That's what I want to do. I want to have eternal life. And I know that's the only way I can have eternal life. I'm telling you, folks, it means something to me. I want it to mean something to you. I can't make it mean something to you because Jehovah God has given you the power of choice, and you have the power to choose. So, with that being said, he's giving you the power to choose. I'm telling you, you have that power to choose because that's what the Bible teaches. Look, I can't ramble off scriptures. A lot of people can ramble off scriptures. I'm not one of those people. I don't have that ability. It's not in me. There's people that can, and you should seek those people. You should seek those people to help you. Because it matters. It matters to me. I don't want to tell you what matters, but it matters to me. It matters to me. I hope you understand this. Let me tell you about the meat and potatoes of this thing. I got into a little meat and potatoes rant, but I told you where it came from. But here's the meat and potatoes of this video. Mental health at its finest. Because this is more mental health than having psychosis and bipolarness and all the other stuff I've talked about in this video. I started producing YouTube wrestling content on YouTube when I was in my teenage years. That was over 20 years ago. 20 years I've been on here. I was the 14th person on YouTube. I was banned for mooning the camera. I was banned multiple times on different accounts. I was banned for mooning the camera. Mooning the camera. That means I was showing my butt to the camera. Because I thought it was funny. I was immature. I was banned for wearing an LAX t-shirt. That is a wrestling group in TNA Wrestling. The company this title belongs to. And I was banned for wearing by the WWE. They claimed it was a trademark of their company, even though it wasn't. YouTube believed it because WWE was such a big company. YouTube believed it. So I was banned for mooning the camera. I lost one account. I came back. I got like 10, 20,000 subscribers. And I wore an LAX shirt, a TNA Wrestling shirt. And I was banned again for wearing an LAX t-shirt. It was untrue. It was unfault. It was a TNA copyright. It wasn't a WWE copyright, but WWE claimed it as their copyright. And I was banned for that as well. WWE gave me cease and desist letters. Told me that if I didn't stop talking bad about their company, that they would seek legal action. I was a teenager, y'all. I was a teenager. I was a teenager being threatened by a $1 million empire. And it's true. It affected my mental health. And at the time, I was Kent Controversy Jones, and I was blaring and raring, and I had a lot of people watching me on YouTube, and I thought I could conquer anything. I wasn't getting paid. I didn't make any money from it. I never benefited a dollar. But I was a top YouTuber. For a good while, I was the #1. Now, YouTube wasn't monetized. You couldn't make money on YouTube back then. I never thought that was a thing. It never was going to be a thing. I never seen that as something that could potentially happen. Otherwise, I'd have cleaned up my act a long time ago before I ever got suspended. Because I would have been like, I'm going to protect the potential wealth. It was potential wealth, but I lost it all. Later in life, I would go on. I would lose my house, my car, everything I own, everything I see. I would achieve great things and lose great things. Achieve great things and lose great things. That was the battle I spent with mental health my entire life. 20 years on YouTube, you guys have witnessed it. Right now, if you look it up, Kent Jones is my hero on YouTube. Kent Jones is my hero on YouTube. You'll see a video that's published over 19 years ago. I'm telling you, when you get done watching this, please finish watching this video, but search Kent Jones is my hero. At the end of that video, it says I'm a loser. It says Kent Jones is a loser. It says a moniker of everything that I've done over 20 years ago. You'll see me as a young child, as a very young child on YouTube talking about wrestling videos they snipped and clipped of me. And then at the end of the video, it just says, Kent Jones is a loser. That's the whole video. They baited you in with the title, Kent Jones, because I was so attractive as a personality. People love me so much. They seen the video, Kent Jones is a hero, and then they thought it would be funny to put at the end of the video, Kent Jones is a loser. Does it hurt me? No, because that video is some of the only footage I have of me on YouTube over 20 years ago and proves that I was on YouTube. That video dates 19 years ago right now as I'm filming this video. That video is 19 years old. You can look it up right now. Kent Jones. Pull it up in another tab. Pull it up in another tab. Kent Jones is my hero. It'll come up. It'll be me in a wife beater t-shirt as the thumbnail. And I'll tell you what. That video is 19 years old. I've been doing this for over 20 years, y'all. 20 years. 2007, 2008, I was the most popular YouTuber there was on YouTube. That's saying a lot. Today, that is unfathomable. Could you imagine if I was the #1 YouTuber today? That would mean I would be Mr. Beast. Are you following me? That would mean I would be Mr. Beast. That is crazy when you wrap your head around it. Absolutely freaking crazy. When you see that some of my videos don't even get 100, some of them don't even get 1,000 views. But that's all going to change, y'all, because I know it, because I have a strong message. I have a lot about me. I'm authentic. I'm true to who I am. and I'm going to do better, y'all. Let me tell you something. I promise, I've teased it for a little bit, and it wasn't even intentionally teasing it. It was just me shooting from the hip, talking and getting into other rants. The meat and potatoes of this video. 20 years ago, like I talked about, I've been on YouTube for over 20 years ago. 20 years ago, back in the day, I'm getting in another rant, but I got to so you understand the context of this story. 20 years ago, you could message people on YouTube just like a messenger, like a Yahoo Messenger. You guys probably don't even know what Yahoo Messenger is. I'm talking about how old I am right now. Yahoo Messenger used to be able to message different people. The only thing I can think of that's close to it is Kick. And there's a thing called Kick. You can message people on Kick. But back then it was called Yahoo Messenger. But that was the reference I was making. But this was YouTube Messenger. And you could message anybody who was on YouTube. You could talk to other creators on YouTube. You could just one click of a mouse and you could have a conversation with them. You can't do that because YouTube now recognizes that YouTubers like me can contact I can contact Mr. Beast at the click of a mouse, and they don't want me having access to the elite. They don't want me having access to the establishment because they know people like me are the anti-establishment, and I will break it to its core if I get a chance. I will beat the establishment because I'm better than Mr. Beast. I don't say that out of ego. I don't say that because I'm not lazy. I'm passionate. I am better than Mr. Beast. I am better than Logan Paul. I am better than Jake Paul. And I say that, I say that with confidence. It's not bullcrap. It's not a bunch of profanity. It is the truth. I am better. I am better than them. I'm better than them because I produce quality. I'm better than them because I'm authentic. I'm true to who I am. I don't live an alternate life. This is who I really am. What I'm presenting to you right now is who I truly am. So I'm better than Mr. Beast. I'm better than Jake Paul. I'm better than Logan Paul. I'm better than all the top YouTubers. And I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes of this video. 20 years ago, y'all. 20 years ago, I get a message on that messenger that I was just talking about. It was a picture of me standing in my sister's yard in Jacksonville, North Carolina. It was a picture of me standing in my sister's yard, and it said, I know where you live, and if you keep talking bad about the WWE account, I will kill you. Day old. A brand new account. They created the account just to send me the message threatening my life. They threatened my life. This brings me to hot topics like Charlie Kirk. I don't agree with Charlie Kirk politically. I never have. Now my faith tells me I shouldn't get into politics, so I'll try not to get into politics, but I'll tell you, I have a history of being a liberal. I don't want to have an agenda, a political agenda, so I'm going to say this. Charlie Kirk was a Republican. Most of you know that. He created Turning Point USA. He was a political icon for the Republicans. Charlie Kirk got murdered for his opinion. My life was threatened for my opinion. That should never happen. Not in America, not anywhere in the world. That should never happen. And I denounce that violence completely. It is utterly unacceptable. The death of Charlie Kirk is unacceptable. Do you hear me? It is unacceptable. I don't care what side of the political aisle you live on, because I'm a liberal and I'm telling you that is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Charlie Kirk did something that was tremendous, and that's what he did was he voiced his opinion and he was killed for it. And it's not right. It's unacceptable. I don't agree with anything Charlie Kirk ever said. He promoted violence all the time, and I disagree with it. And I don't want to have to stand on my feet and say what exactly he said that was violent, because I can't do it. Because the truth is, I couldn't have a debate with Charlie Kirk. I would lose. Charlie Kirk was an excellent debater. He was one of the best there is at debating. I could never debate Charlie Kirk. I would lose. Because Charlie Kirk knew how to twine you in and bait you into conversations that you didn't want to be in originally. And he talked to liberals that were on college campuses, that were blind by politics, and they were young and dumb and not very smart and intelligent. He went to college kids and he attacked them. And he intentionally went to college campuses because he knew that they were vulnerable people, and he could create these content videos where he would have great content without having much energy because he knew he was talented. It would be like me going to a WWE show attacking WWE fans on the basis of what a good wrestling is. I would destroy them. But that's not fair, because I already know that I would destroy them. Because I am a good debater when it comes to professional wrestling. I know everything it takes to make professional wrestling work. I know what makes wrestling work. I know what makes wrestling fair. So why would I be talking to 10-year-olds about WWE? It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be right. It gives me an unfair advantage. That's what Charlie Kirk did on the regular. He went into a territory where he knew he could win the debate. And truthfully, it was smart business on his part. And he was shot in the neck for it. He was killed for it. And guess what? That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Me having my life threatened, I had a photo sent to me. It was me standing in my sister's yard, and they had a lot of things incorrect. It wasn't my yard. They said it was my yard. They said they knew where I lived. They didn't know where I lived. At the time, I lived in Townville, South Carolina. For those of you who know, there's your shout out. Townville, South Carolina. I lived in a small town called Townville, South Carolina. I was at my sister's house because I grew up around this area. I currently, and have always lived, and as a young child, I grew up in Hubert, North Carolina. Is where I live currently right now. I live in Hubert, North Carolina. So I grew up in Hubert, North Carolina. Throughout my life, I lived in Georgia. I lived in South Carolina. I've lived in a lot of places in North Carolina, a lot of places in Georgia, a lot of places in South Carolina. At the time, I lived in Townville, South Carolina, nowhere near Jacksonville, North Carolina, where my sister lived. I was visiting my sister. They took a picture and they said, I know where you live. I will kill you. My life was threatened. I was a teenager, y'all. Are you hearing me? I was a young teenager. My life was threatened because of my opinions. And today I look back at it and it hurts my mental health. How could you threaten my life when I was that young? You could have killed me. You could have actually went through with what you said, and you could have murdered me. You could have murdered me. I wouldn't be here alive. I wouldn't be able to make this video today and inspire people the way I do. That really, really, really hurts me. That you wanted to take my life. Anyways, I hope you got something out of this video. If nothing else, I hope you got this. I hope you accept Jehovah God into your life and really recognize him as your best friend. Because that's what would be best for you, is that if he was your best friend. Again, that's my opinion. I can't stand by it. I can't make you do it. You have God has given you the power of choice. I don't know how God does it, because I wouldn't give you the power of choice. That's me. I would tell you, I'm the leader. I'm the most powerful entity in the world, of the universe. I'm the most powerful entity in the universe, and you're going to worship me. But God's not selfish like that. God's not selfish like us humans. God is a loving God, a kind God, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. There is no other. There's no other choice. There's only one God, one way. You have to accept that Jesus died for your sins, and there's no other choice. That's the only way you will get everlasting life. It's the only way. I hope this message reaches you. I hope you understand that I've come a long ways. I'm telling you right now, this wrestling stuff has got to end on my channel. It's going to be hard because I love wrestling. But I'm going to try to do it. The cussing on my channel, I joked on a phone conversation that we were going to post a sign that said no cussing. The sign wasn't going to be for other people. The sign was going to be for me. To have a reflection when I looked at that sign that I could laugh about it. That I need a sign in my YouTube studio to say no cussing, just to remind me, because I'm that narrow-minded, I'm that stupid to realize I don't need to cuss in my videos. I love you guys. You mean so much to me. I hope you understand it. Mental health is real, so I dedicate this video once again. I've dedicated a lot of videos, but I dedicate this video once again to mental health. If you ever struggle with mental health, understand this, and I'm looking you straight in the eyes right now. Hold my hand. Hold it. I mean it. Touch me through the camera. I am with you. I've been through the valley of death. I know what it means to fear no evil. You cannot fear evil. I'm here with you. And there's tons and tons of other people that are here with you. Reach out to those people. Get the help. You're not weak for wanting help. That makes you strong, bold, courage. That gives you everything you want and need in life. Reach out to someone if you have mental health problems. because you deserve it. Your family deserves it. Everyone around you deserves it. I promise I'm closing this video. This one means a lot to me. I really like this. I'm Kent Jones. I'm signing off, y'all. I love you. I truly love each and every one of you. I truly do. Don't salute, by the way. It's a sign of worship. You should never do it. Don't do it. I do it. I just did it. Don't do it. You shouldn't worship the flag. You shouldn't do any of that. Don't do it. So I just say goodbye. I love you. You should always love people. So I say this. I'm Kent Jones. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Please like this video. Subscribe to this channel. I'm going to make this the welcome video because I think this video is powerful and it directs the image that I want to portray in the channel's history. So I want to touch on a few more things before I end. I promise I will end this video at some point. I want this channel to be about weather. Weather is wholesome, it's content, it's information based. And I want it to be about weather. I want it to be about informing people, telling people that you can have good information without having to look at my laced profanity videos. I want to give that to you. I want to tell you about hurricanes and tell you exactly where they are and where I think they're going. Not sensationalized information like you see on the Weather Channel with all these high cool graphics of the water pouring into someone's house. It's all been simulated and AI generated, and that's not honest and it's not truthful. I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to scare you. I just want to give you my raw take on weather. Tell you where a hurricane is and what I think it might do next. I am an entertainer, so I will try to entertain you and keep you watching. Because if you don't, I do believe that's the most valuable thing I can do. If I keep you watching as an entertainer, I can inform you of where that storm is going next. So weather's a big thing on my channel. Going forward, weather will be a main focus of the channel. And my live blogs, what I do in junk removal. We went to Kitty Hawk today. We went 3 hours in one direction to Kitty Hawk. Like I said, I live in Hubert, North Carolina. If you Google it right now, that's over 3.5 hours from Hubert, North Carolina to Kitty Hawk. Then we did the job. We completed the job. We cleared over $2,000. That was one job. A lot of people don't see that kind of money. That's why I'm grateful to God. That's why I'm grateful to God. Yeah, so we drove home. I live streamed all the way there and I live streamed all the way back, and I probably made more watch hours than I've ever made in my channel's history. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I recognize what God's doing for me. Okay, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, my channel is going to be about weather and my blogs. Blogs and weather. Those are going to be the two core things to my channel. Gig hustling, but about making money. How to make money. I'm going to teach you how to make money on a regular basis. And I know how to do it. I have the proof in it. The proof is in the pudding. I could take you around and tour, but it's in the middle of the night right now while I'm filming this video. You see there's a window right here. You can't see nothing but darkness. Because it's the middle of the night when I'm filming this video. I can tour you around this house. I can show you things I've accomplished. The buildings, the carports, the multiple trailers, the vans, the trucks, all that I use, all for junk removal, all because of junk removal and how successful I've become. Because God has allowed me to be successful. I haven't done it myself. I could never do it myself. And all glory goes to God. Anyways, that's it. I'm done. I promise this time. So I'm Kent Jones. I love each and every one of you. I'm out. I love you. Thank you for watching.
Lights up on the concrete, shadows start to brawl. Lights up on the main event, hear the digital call. Lights up on the algorithm, climbing to the sky. A legendary lineage, the view from the eye. Breaking down the barriers, the ceiling starts to crack. A heavy hitting powerhouse, never looking back. The gold is in the Merricks, the glory's in the ring. A powerhouse performer, a champion and king. Kent, controversy, Jones, legendary. Apex of the screen, yeah, the reign is temporary. Kent, controversy, Jones, Apex, you. The one to beat the game, the one they had to choose.